Hello the internet. It is Saturday the 28th of May 2016. I'm at a place I've never been before, but it's like 2 kilometers from my home. This here is the Como rail bridge. I've never actually been down to this little spot. I got inspired by the Manly mission last week with the penguins, and I thought I'd come down here and just chill with a home brew. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's also NSD. The Vasco era. These guys, man, I can't speak highly enough of this band. Where did I first see them? They were opening for Wolfmother at HQ in Adelaide. I didn't know a thing about them. I walked in, I was just getting a spot at the back just to watch a little bit, and within one song I was down the front shooting this band because they were just super energized. You could tell they were loving being there. Later on I found out that they're from a small coastal town called Port Apollo, down on the Victorian coastline. I shot them 3 times I think. One time at a Schützenfest in Adelaide. They're incredible. 2 brothers in the band and a drummer. I don't think they're still playing. They did a show recently, but I don't think they're a band as such. They've got 2 albums and an EP. The album that I really dig, well, there's one called Lucille, and that's great, but I really like Oh We Do Like to Be by the Seaside. It's not sea, but it doesn't matter. Here's some photos. You know what time it is? Home brew. This is the best place for a home brew. Corner of the Warrenore River and the Georges River. You know how this is all recorded digitally, stuck on a little card which you can't see because I'm using it, but it's all going digitally. It wasn't always that way. As you're probably aware, everything used to be filmed on tape. I've been filming on tape since I was like 12. Consequently, I've got a massive amount of high 8mm mini DV, all this stuff that needs digitizing. A while ago, my mum gave me a project, pretty cool project. She gave me my father's Super 8 reels from when he used to shoot on a Super 8 camera with no sound, and she said, we want to be able to watch these, so digitize them. We got a little project together and we set up a projector, did a bit of research. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can either go and get it printed properly, like where they take each frame and stitch it together, or you can do the stupid method and point your projector at a wall and film the wall on a mini DV or on a handy cam. That just seemed like lousy to me. What I did instead was took my DSLR, took the lens off it, joined it into the projector and projected the image straight onto the sensor. Okay, it's not exactly the right scale of image because the sensor's a little bit different, so that you got a bit of cropping on the top and a bit on the side, and the frame rates are a bit out of whack because Super 8 shoots 16 frames a second and the DSLR 24 was its minimum. Once I'd worked that out, the next project I thought was to deliver all of my analog cassettes to digital. Some of my mates have been hounding me for old footage of their bands that I filmed way back in the day, so I'm happy to announce that I've got a few of that together. I'll cut to a bit now. This is a big project. I've got a 24 terabyte external drive, well, a RAID series. So far I've filled up 4 terabytes of it. So it's all uncompressed. And this is all a bit geeky, isn't it? That's all a little bit too geeky. We're here to watch the sunset and have a homie. I just got excited because I was watching some old footage and I wanted to splice a bit in here of some Super 8 and some old cool stuff, but that's not what we're down here for. Let's check this sunset out.
This is no mistake. A same I can't explain.
And this is a really nice spot. Have I not known about this to come down for a sunset? Anyway, back to those digitizations I was talking about before. One of the ones I was watching today, it's not embarrassing, but it's kind of funny. The very first time I dropped in on Vert, I think it was 1990. I am so bad with dates, but if Gav was here, he could work it out exactly. I'm going to say I was still in high school, so it would be 1992 or 1991. Anyway, the skate park was Fairfield, which is somewhere that way. Pretty ridiculous vert ramp to first do it on. It was a massive steel, flat bottom was all kinked out and bumpy, and coping stuck up like way too high. I took the plunge. Pretty funny. I was so careful about not slamming that I pushed my back knee down, and I pretty much did a tuck knee all the way down the tranny, and then I let out a pretty loud yeah, and I got taunted for that for the rest of my skating career. I just thought it was interesting because one of my YouTube viewers, Canadian guy called Jamie. Jamie, if you're watching this, hello, and thanks for the comments on the skating stuff. I'll hopefully be seeing you in Vancouver on the island in about 4 weeks. No, not 4 weeks. It's under 2 months. So yeah, well, maybe 6-7 weeks. But anyway, it'd be really rad to catch up with you if we can. You sort of sparked me off on the whole skating thing, and I dug through all the old archives, so there's a little doozy for you to have a look at. Last week in Manly, I was informed about the penguin situation. Here comes a train, I'll just wait for it. Not wait for it, I'll wait for it to pass. There it goes. Train's gone. So I regard myself as a Sydney-sider, but I had no idea about the penguins. I'm also regard myself as someone from the Shire, because that's where I was born and raised. The Sutherland Shire. If you haven't heard of it, just Google Cronulla race riots. That'll get you there. Probably not the best thing to be known for, but that's probably the most famous thing. But down here at Como, I had no idea that we had salamander on these rocks. As far as I was aware, this was saltwater, but apparently it's brackish, so that means it's either a bit of fresh and a bit of salt. And yeah, there's salamander running around these rocks like crazy. You want to have a look? I do. Oh, that's we're out of time. Hey, thanks a lot for checking out Gives a Minute, my YouTube channel, the one you just watched. If you liked it, perhaps you'd like to check out the previous minute, a random minute, or even the very first minute. And if you're feeling generous, do me a solid, subscribe. If you're a photographer, you might want to check out my Lightroom 6 presets and all the other social crap. That was a long pause. See ya.